What a bummer. Turns out, I opened my eyes to peek and discovered that the alarm had turned off my timer and reset my camera. I'm going to have to not do that next time. So one of the lessons for today is that the camera seems to overrule the meditation timer, so I shouldn't use the same device for both. We learn lessons, and it made for about well, you weren't here for it, but it made for about a 25-minute sit because it took me a while to figure out that is what has happened. And then an interesting experience today that made me think that some folks will wonder, they have some interior feelings while they're meditating, and it could be like a balloon in the chest. Sometimes it feels like there's something big there, or in your digestive system lower, or some people get like little bothersome notes in their kidneys from time to time. There's two reasons for that. One, in the absence of other stimuli, we tend to take a lot of attention and aim it towards diagnosing ourselves, which is generally unproductive, but it's also very human, so it's going to be a hard thing to expect you to just drop. Secondly, there are some antidepressants, there are definitely stimulants. If you're on Adderall, Vyvanse, any of the modafinil, things like that, you will feel a little bit of a fire in your chest during the time when it comes to peak activation. So let's say you take a Vyvanse about an hour and a half later, you take an Adderall about 3 hours later, you take a modafinil about half an hour in, and you, cocaine, that's a different story, and I'm not gonna give you hints on that. But if you're not a client. But when you feel that, the way to do it is just accept it, accept that there's a hindrance. That's all you have to conceive of it as. There is a hindrance to you drawing your breath naturally. And see what your body proposes. The brain is going to say, let's bail, we're not doing this, because the brain will try to get out of meditating as much as it can. After all, being alone with itself is something the brain really isn't invested in. It thinks it is, but it isn't. But if you've got these experiences coming through your chest, or various antidepressants can make you very somnolent during meditation, where you find yourself just doing this all alone. Well, if you're doing morning meditation, maybe take the Zoloft afterwards. Maybe take the Pristique afterwards. Before you have this chemistry fight going on in your body, and as you get more practiced at meditation, you'll actually get a far better feel for how these medications and even how your diet is impacting you minute to minute. Normally our days are so full of stimulation in terms of what we're exposed to, what we eat or drink during the day, what our options are, that we will eat and drink not just mindlessly, but without really being present at all. And when you get a little bit more accustomed to meditation, you will discover you're more picky about what you eat, not because this isn't enlightened. There are some people who make a big deal about being vegetarians right away. If that works for you, that's great. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, and you keep moving forward. But to be able to sit back and say, when I eat this, I feel this way. I know for myself, I like to squeeze 2 oranges and 1 grapefruit first thing in the morning and have them as, cold pressed juice of my own. I keep them in the refrigerator and I take them out for about an hour before I make them, and they wind up being a little juicier that way. But if I go without it, boy, does my body notice. About midday, it says, where was that big vitamin C jump you had this morning? We missed that. And then going to get commercial pressed ice or orange juice is always a disappointment. But find something that works for you and how to negotiate with your body, how to feed it during meditation. It's really that simple. It's a negotiation, it's ongoing. You will find a match that works. You will find some diet or even beverage type of preferences that help you with meditation. I'm not going to give a broadside recommendation on what those should be, because you're the one who's the expert on your own body, even if you don't know enough about it as you should. we're presuming that you are the primary expert, and I think it's pretty good. This is my 55 Pontiac that we are midway through restoring, and our 1955 window pickup truck has moved on to a new owner and a new life. We hope she does well. And now we're going to work on the Pontiac for a few days to see if we could advance her to where we could make her a driver again. So I hope you'll stay tuned. Thank you.